Hey guys, here, aka G. My apologies if I'm posting too many tracks frequently. I know my uploads haven't been as different as they used to be with a lot of different uploads, but the reason why I wanted to post this right now real quick is because this is my 21st track, and there's something about this track that's really awesome and unique that you guys gotta check out and try for yourselves. It's currently on PlayStation 3. Hope to remake this on the 360 pretty soon, so bear with me if you want to try this track out for yourselves. Link in the description below. And the reason why I say this track is unique is because this track consists of invisible ramps. Now I'm not sure if there's any other tracks in the game that people have created that consists of invisible ramps and props, but this is freaking cool, man, because this race in fact turned into a troll race. It was intended to be a pretty difficult race, which it is, but it turned out to be, you know, even more difficult than what I planned it, what I planned it to be actually when I initially started to make it. So when I created this track, alright, everything was fine, and capture creator beta. And next thing you know, at that point, you see the first ramp, there was supposed to be two ramps there beside each other, but the one next to it on the right hand side disappeared. Now this particular section in the building where you basically gotta go the loop-de-loop around the whole thing basically was inspired by the movie Attack the Block, which is a film based in South London. And for some reason, when I saw this building when I was going around trying to find an inspiration, this building reminded me of that film. So I used this, right, and everything was fine. Next thing you know, the ramp over here, which you gotta use to go to this particular checkpoint, disappeared, and it was invisible. So I thought, holy shit, that's freaking awesome, alright. And then you gotta go down to the tube station through these steps, and you're sort of forced to go down this. And then when you come to this section, you'll notice there's a lot of clusterfuck, but then there's a way to execute this if you know how to do it. You gotta go to the second platform bit, which I just did. Unfortunately, the car was in the way of the barriers, but you fully accelerate once you've gotten to that bit with zero. Obviously, you gotta completely stop on that bit. When you fully accelerate, you'll easily go past the barriers with your car just sort of scraping past. So obviously, you angle your front bumper upwards when you fully accelerate, so you go past the barriers, which what I'm trying to explain. So a lot of people's logic is, just fully accelerate from the first platform to go at such a weird angle when your front bumper's dipping down, then you're screwed because you won't be able to go past the barriers. So that's an interesting part of the track where it will require a little bit from you, which is the difficulty of this race. But the race isn't over yet, because after you pass it bit, you obviously have to use the other ramp to go down, and there's a lot of variables in that section. You can screw up, you can get stuck. And once you've eventually passed the whole part, you got to go through the tube, the underground. And this is a pretty long underground bit, so you can choose where you left or right. Is up to you. You can still, pretty much choke in these situations because it's pretty difficult to control your car on top of, railings. So, sorry, railway tracks. So basically, the guy in the front right now is gone, right? I thought I'm gonna lose this race, like holy shit. But for some reason, I caught up to him, and I probably think, he probably choked that situation maybe near the end of the track. Because there's the thing, if you're at the front, you can still screw up. You got to concentrate for the entire race, man. You got to properly control your car with appropriate speed. You can't just go full throttle down this tube thinking you're gonna be doing well, because there's a lot of objects, a lot of things that you can crash into, completely screw up your car that will turn into an out-of-date banana. So you got to really be careful, because this car is so vulnerable if you don't have 100% armor and custom vehicles turned off. So here's the thing, man. We're approaching the end of the race. I've used everything that I could possibly use. Here's the thing. I want to make my playlist 16 tracks each instead of 10. So I'll be making more tracks, but don't worry, I'll be putting obviously all these tracks onto both consoles as usual. So expect that. But yeah, I currently have been loving making tracks right now. I've been enjoying a little bit of it. I don't know why I didn't start this sooner. Somehow managed to catch up. And here's another troll bit of the track. There's little see, you'll notice these cardboard boxes on the ground, right? And if you actually go on top of it, your car can actually spin out. A lot of people don't actually know that. And when I was testing this track, I was like, what the fuck was that? I didn't even see that. And you'll actually see that little cardboard bit. If your bumper's screwed up in the front and your car's really low with suspension, you can screw up with that bit as well. So you got to avoid the cardboard boxes and eventually come to the end of the track, avoid a little bit of those boulders and rocks there, and bang, you end the race. I'll be showing you different point of views when you go to different races where you enter the underground bit, because there could be so many different situations. So I want to show you the proper way of entering that and executing that properly, so you guys can try it for yourselves. Now obviously this is a troll race as well as a really difficult race, so you know, let your friends know. Don't let them know about the video, but you know, do the track with them, and don't let them know about the invisible ramps, and let them figure it out. It's just gonna be so funny with the reactions. You definitely should try it out and see what they think. Because here's the bit, right? So you can see a cabin on the right hand side. Obviously you can't see it because it's invisible. The ramp's there where the black car just went on top of, and there's a little gap here you can go through if people do end up, you know, getting into that clusterfuck situation. I just wanted to show you that bit there. But anyway, to approach this section, basically go as slow as possible in the first part, and then this bit here you want to go into the second platform right about there, and then fully accelerate in order to execute that, you know, to go past the barriers. And of course this ramp you gotta go at a particular angle to make sure you don't get stuck, because some people do end up getting stuck at a really awkward angle, and it's pretty hard to recover. Anyway, this is another attempt with the car in front of me as we're competing right now. So this guy does it perfectly like that, so you gotta do it. But most people, when you do it for the first time, I will show you 95% of you will fail if you haven't seen this video, or if they haven't seen this video. So you know, it's one of those things where it does require a little bit of thinking at first, but then once you get used to it, you should be able to pull off this pretty easily. So as you can see, you don't want to go too fast, otherwise you will hit the top part of the entrance. And then you see that that's the time where people screw up and get stuck there. You can take advantage of that. So it doesn't matter what position you're in. So people can, I don't know how that dude got stuck up on top of that staircase, but you know, people do some weird shit.
Okay, that's good. I'm getting pushed. I'm getting pushed. I'm getting pushed.
Oh hell no, man, no. Nah, I just wanted to put that bit in because my brother got stuck and he wanted me to push him. Nah, hell no, I'm gonna win this race. Anyway, check out the Twitch live stream, link in the description below. Check out the track for yourselves on the PS3. You can add it to the game straight from the link in the description below. Check out the playlist for the other tracks as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys think of this track. It consists of invisible ramps, a lot of you know, a lot of things to do, a lot of things to execute. So yeah, I think it's interesting and really difficult. Expect a lot more difficult tracks like this, and yeah, definitely your feedback is important for this if you guys want me to continue making difficult tracks. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Check your son out. Good night, peace. Yeah.